And we're live doing things a little bit different today. But episode 180, Delegation and the Dirty Little Secret with Hiring Virtual Assistants. Yes, there's something people aren't telling you, and I'm going to tell you today. So we're going to get started. But before I do that, tell you a little bit about my story and what actually is driving this post. And if you've seen it already, hey, give me a few seconds and I'll go through it. Yes, I have had a few vices in my life, and one of them was working too much. Yes, that was my worst vice. Yes, I used to drink, and a long time ago I gave that up. But my worst vice, the one I struggled with the most to give up, was work. It was not alcohol or anything worse, because work can be addicting. It can kill relationships. It can kill your health. And in my early 30s, I started feeling horrible, and one of my eyes started twitching a bit. I got scared, and I decided it was enough. Something had to change. I knew that I had to be smart enough to get more accomplished in less time, and I did. I got more done in 7 hours than I ever did in 26 hours. Yes, I used to work 26 hours a day. If you don't believe me, send me a message and I'll explain it. But luckily, I learned a few things. I learned a few hacks. And yes, I am hacking my CEO life, and I'm hoping that you start doing the same. Because if you don't, then you're building a business that's going to trap you, and it's not going to give you the lifestyle. You have to hack it while you're running the business, and you have to hack it after somebody else is running it for you. So I have learned a thing or two. I have learned a lot of software hacks and tools. I have a dev team making tools for me to make my life easy. But more on that later down the road. I do leverage a lot of smart systems that get the job done, that I don't have to worry about designing. Just because I can code doesn't mean I'm going to do it, or I'm going to have my team do it. Their systems already solve the problem. Hey, if the wheel's out there, you know what? Reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just paint it a different color and reuse it. Yes, I do leverage global partnerships and VAs, a ton of VAs. I'm probably going to hire 3 this week or next week, depending on how things go in terms of timing. I do a lot of process design. I am in love with breaking things down, optimizing them, building it back up, and scaling them. But you cannot scale unless you have something good that's worth scaling. Otherwise, you're in trouble, and a lot more. And I'm in heaven. I love this stuff. I've been hacking at software since I was 14, and I've been working with process since I was probably 21 years old. So, yeah, I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and this is the way to go. Yeah, your CEO life can be vice-free and beautiful. That's what I want. And yeah, this guy's working while he's on vacation. Guess what? He's always on vacation. So you do have to work a little bit. Moving on. So what's the dirty little secret with hiring virtual assistants? Yes, there is more than one. I'm going to give you one today. What is that dirty little secret? Most of the time, it does not work out. I'll tell you one reason today. It does not work out. And you know why? If you don't believe me, find out how many people should have VAs and don't have VAs. You know why? Because they tried and it didn't work out. Or they were too afraid to try because their friend tried it and it didn't work out. Yes, most of the time, it does not work out. I've hired for a long time, and it's not till probably the last couple years or so that I really had success with VAs. It's because I know something that most people either don't know or choose to ignore. There is a little secret, and the secret is VAs need to be trained. Yes, I mean that seems obvious, right? But hold on a second. Yeah, VAs of course, need to be trained, right? They gotta know your process, your steps, your tasks. But hello, if you have to train them, are they really freeing your time? Is it really a hack? Is it really an advantage if you have to spend time training them? How many times have you told yourself, God, I wish my virtual assistant or my employee that's helping me just knew what I had to train on, right? What I wanted them to do. I want them to be in my brain and know what I know so they can do a good job, as good as I do, or even better. But there is a hack. But I'll explain in a second. But you should not spend time training them, because if you do, you're spending time. It defeats the purpose of having a VA, right? You should not spend time training them. So I'm going to give you the Renee CEO hack, right? Okay, and this is the hack. Pay an expert to train them for you. I don't know why I didn't do this before, but it makes a lot of sense, right? Why am I going to be the one that trains a VA where there's experts out there that know more about the subject matter than I do? I might as well pay the expert to train my VA, right? Makes sense, correct? So yes, I had some serendipity happen in I think it was last week. But last week I was looking for 2 VAs to help me and some clients with organic reach in social media. So I have a VA. I have some clients have VAs, and I'm looking for two more to help me with that. And my thought is always, how do we make it the most effective as possible? Obviously, I'm going to hire VAs that have experience with social media and organic reach, but how do we make the most out of that whole experience? So, yes, I do have a hack for hiring. I'll tell you about it later, maybe in a different video, but just stay tuned. But yeah, I do hire some of the best VAs, but again, I want that to be even better. And guess who dropped the bomb on my lap? Okay. If you look at that picture, you might have a clue, but I'll tell you. It was a serendipity bomb. It was a good bomb. It wasn't a problem. It was something, something, something awesome. The timing was perfect. And guess what it was? Yes, it was Mari Smith to the rescue. Yeah, most of you, I don't have to tell you who she is, but just in case, Mari Smith is the queen of Facebook organic reach, the queen. It's not something she calls herself. It's something that Forbes magazine and a bunch of people have called her. And yes, she was hired by Facebook to train small businesses on a world tour. I was part of that tour when she stopped in San Diego, or I was in the audience. I wasn't part of the tour, but you know what I mean. I was an audience member. And yes, she is the nicest person you'll ever meet. If you're a stranger, she's even nicer if you're a friend. So yeah, Mari's no joke. She is the bomb. Anything she touches, she does well and with grace, right? Everything. I haven't seen her done anything that's not quality, that's not effective. She actually cares. And I've had the chance to collaborate with her in the past. So I messaged her for advice. Hey, I have VAs that need to be trained. And Serendipity, she dropped the bomb. The F-Bomb Masterclass on Facebook Organic Marketing. Yes, she's releasing a course. Right as I was asking her for help on this, she dropped that bomb. I mean, she said, oh, interesting enough, I'm actually releasing a course. Mari does not do this often. She gets paid a lot of cash, and I won't say how much because I don't have her permission to say that. A lot of cash to go speak, to go train, to create custom trainings for different sales companies, from direct sales to anything that would need organic reach on Facebook. She gets paid a lot of money to train. So she does not have a need to create a course. But guess what? She's nice, and I'm glad she is. So a few messages later, I decided to put a few VAs through her course, and I decided to tell you about it. And yeah, I'm going to give you a little rundown what her class is about. Of course, I'll give you a link on how to check things out yourself, but here's the rundown. Yes, Mari's F-Bomb course is the bomb and super affordable because she's nice. A few topics my VAs will be learning and much needed refresher for me. Organic reach, Facebook Foundation, Ninja Tricks, Facebook Live, amplifying the process, FB ads. You know what's great? Some of this stuff I'm good at already. But things change often, especially organic reach. Or rules change often that I don't have time to keep up with. She does. She's on that. She is the queen of organic reach, Facebook Live and video. And throw some ads at the end if you want to, right? To get even a little more juice out of the organic reach. She's going to have resources. She's going to have material. It is self-paced, but there will be a live Q&A and more, so which is awesome. And yes, I'm an affiliate, but you know what? I'll give it back to you. If you sign up with the link that I have, I'll basically pay you back with a coaching call. And believe me, I'm not getting much. So you're going to get a cheap coaching call with me if you use the link. So, but hurry because prices do go up in a few days. I think we still got a day or two left, but so don't wait too long. And this is the link. Check out the details here. bit.ly Mari Smith C1. And if you use that link and get back to me and tell me, hey, you can post on his comments and tell me, hey, you know what? I signed up. It is actually ridiculously cheap, by the way. She is too nice sometimes, I think. But if you do sign up, message this post and say, hey, I signed up, Renee. Just making sure you give me that coaching call you promised me. I will deliver on that. That's the link. And check out the details. There's so much in there. I don't want to spend any more time telling you about it, but check it out. And yeah, stay tuned for more Renee CEO hacks. I'll see you next time.